Imagine waking up one morning and every insect on Earth is gone. No flies, no beetles, no butterflies, no bees, nothing. Just silence where there used to be buzzing. For most creatures, that's a death sentence. But for one species, it's an opportunity. Murder hornets, the most dangerous insect alive. And without competition, without prey, without any other insect left on Earth, they wouldn't die. They would change. And what they would change into is something evolution has never produced before. To understand what murder hornets would become, you first need to understand what they are right now. Vespa mandarinia, the Asian giant hornet, the largest hornet species on Earth, up to 5 centimeters long, wingspan of 7 centimeters, mandibles strong enough to decapitate a honeybee in a single strike. They are apex predators of the insect world. Their entire diet, their entire survival strategy is built around hunting other insects. They hunt bees, wasps, beetles, caterpillars. They dismember them, carry them back to the nest, feed them to their larvae. Without insects, their entire food chain collapses overnight. Day 1 of the extinction event. Hornets continue hunting. They find nothing. They search wider territories. Still nothing. Their larvae begin starving inside the nest. Queens reduce egg laying. Workers fly longer distances, burning more energy than they consume. By week 2, entire colonies begin dying. But not all of them. In isolated pockets, deep forests, volcanic islands, remote mountain ranges, small populations of hornets do something remarkable. They adapt. This is where evolution begins, not with a sudden dramatic change, but with subtle, incremental shifts driven by one single force: survival pressure. The hornets that survive are the ones that find alternative food sources: fruit, tree sap, small invertebrates. But these provide nowhere near enough protein for a species built for predatory hunting. So over generations, something begins to shift. The hornets start following larger animals, mammals, attracted to the parasites that live on them: fleas, mites. But then something even more significant happens. A hornet, by accident, pierces the skin of a sleeping mammal with its stinger and tastes blood for the first time. That single accidental sting, repeated through thousands of hornets over thousands of generations, becomes the foundation of an entirely new evolutionary pathway. Here is exactly how scientists believe it would happen. Stage 1. Venom mutation. Current murder hornet venom is designed to kill insects and cause intense pain in mammals, a defensive mechanism. But a mutated variant serves a completely different purpose: anticoagulant. Instead of clotting, the venom thins the blood, keeps it flowing, exactly like vampire bats, exactly like leeches. Hornets carrying this mutation feed longer, survive better. Within generations, it spreads through the entire population. Stage 2. The stinger. The stinger remains a weapon, nothing more. Hollow, sharp, now delivering 2 venoms from a divided gland: anticoagulant to keep blood flowing and a mild sedative to keep prey asleep. One sting, then the hornet waits. The stinger opens the door. Stage 3. The proboscis. Here is what actually drinks. Hornets already have a proboscis, a coiled, flexible tube inside their mouth. They use it today to drink sap, to drink nectar, to drink fruit juice. Evolution doesn't need to invent anything new. It just needs to change the menu. The mandibles, those massive, bone-crushing jaws, grip the wound, hold the skin open. Then the proboscis extends, slides in, and drinks through the mouth, the same way hornets have always drunk liquid, just a different liquid now. Generation 400, the proboscis lengthens. The mandibles learn to hold without crushing. The hornet bites down, the mandibles lock. The the proboscis feeds, like a mosquito, but the size of your thumb. Sensory evolution. To hunt warm-blooded prey efficiently, murder hornets would develop infrared sensitivity in their compound eyes. This already exists in nature. Vampire bats detect heat, pit vipers sense infrared radiation, certain beetles navigate by detecting heat from forest fires kilometers away. For hornets, photoreceptors in their compound eyes would gradually shift, developing sensitivity to thermal radiation, allowing them to detect the heat signatures of sleeping mammals from distances of up to 30 meters, in complete darkness. At this stage, the murder hornet is no longer an insect predator. It is something entirely new. But individual adaptation is only half the story. What makes murder hornets truly terrifying is their social structure. They don't hunt alone. They never have. And as hematophagous predators, their coordinated hunting behavior would become exponentially more sophisticated. Swarm coordination. Current murder hornets already demonstrate remarkable coordinated hunting. Scout hornets mark beehives with pheromones. The swarm follows. They attack in organized waves. As blood feeders, this coordination would evolve further. Scout hornets would range up to 5 kilometers from the nest, locating large mammals, marking them with pheromone signals. The swarm would then descend in coordinated waves, not randomly but strategically. Some hornets feeding, others standing guard, others fanning the feeding site to disperse mammal scent and avoid detection. A single swarm of evolved hematophagous murder hornets could drain a significant volume of blood from a large mammal within minutes. Nocturnal behavior. Perhaps the most significant shift would be the transition to nocturnal hunting. Large mammals are most vulnerable when sleeping. Immune response is slower, movement is minimal, detection is harder. Current murder hornets are strictly diurnal, daytime hunters, but evolutionary pressure toward hunting sleeping prey would rapidly select for nocturnal variants. Their heat-sensing eyes already function in darkness. Their pheromone communication doesn't require light. The transition to nocturnal behavior would happen relatively quickly in evolutionary terms. Within 10,000 years, murder hornets would be creatures of the night. Size and armor. Hunting mammals instead of insects creates entirely different physical demands. Larger prey means more resistance, more movement, more danger of being crushed or swatted. Evolutionary pressure would select for larger, more heavily armored hornets. Body length increasing from 5 centimeters to potentially 8 or 9. Exoskeleton thickening. Legs developing stronger gripping structures similar to ticks, allowing them to anchor to mammal skin during feeding and resist being dislodged. Wings becoming broader and more powerful for carrying the additional body weight. The result? An insect the size of a human thumb, armored, nocturnal, coordinated, capable of detecting your body heat from 30 meters away in complete darkness. Now here is the question that matters. What would this mean for humans? But don't sleep with the window open. A single evolved hornet colony, which can contain up to 50,000 individuals, would need blood. They're not targeting you specifically, but you're warm, you're slow at night, and you're there. Remote villages, forest cabins, mountain roads, that's where the swarms would hunt. Not armies taking down cities, just disappearances. One farmer, one hiker, one family. Multiple stings from a coordinated swarm would cause uncontrolled bleeding. The sedative keeps you from waking, the mandibles grip, the proboscis drinks. The worst part, no one would believe the stories until the hum outside gets louder. And by then, the mountains already belong to them. So this is what murder hornets would become if every other insect went extinct. Not just bigger, not just more aggressive, fundamentally transformed. Hunters of warm-blooded prey, coordinated, nocturnal, invisible in darkness except for the heat of their own eyes. The science isn't fiction. Every single adaptation described in this video has a real-world precedent in nature. Anticoagulant venom, real.
Mosquitoes do it right now. Infrared vision, real in beetles, bats, and snakes. Coordinated swarm hunting, already happening with modern murder hornets. Evolution doesn't create monsters, it creates solutions. And in a world without insects, murder hornets would simply be solving the problem of survival, the same way they always have, the same way everything alive does.